Yes, Miss Miller. They gathered round the kitchen table. They had him standing on a chair while everyone sang happy birthday, dearest Theo. How they cheered and clapped and laughed and said that he must make a wish as he was blowing out the candles on his favourite kind of cake, the sort with strawberries and cream.
7? Is that so?
Grandfather sounded surprised. His heavy brow is concertinaed into furrows of concern. There is a pause, a mucus crackle in his throat, and then a cough.
Well, that's a rather special number. I must set my affairs in motion. You should be off to school by now, or you'll end up a pampered fool being fussed and mollycoddled by the women in this house.
Why is the number 7 special? Theo thinks about the stories from the Bible he has heard on Sunday mornings when Miss Miller takes him to the village church, and being eager to impress this man he barely ever sees, to prove that he's not a fool, his voice is piping in excitement. God made the world in 7 days. Adam and Eve, the sun and stars. When it rained, there was an ark, the great big ship made out of wood. A man called Noah built it, and then he filled it up with every kind of animal on earth. They came in, marching, 2 by 2.
The past crushed up as sugared pills and swallowed down by simpletons.
Another weary sigh precedes the damning interruption.
You must think deeper. Dig for truths. What if there were other species? What if the beasts we now imagine as being nothing more than myth may once have actually existed, may still exist today, in far-off corners of the world?
Do you mean the dragons? What is the word? The boy forgets, and glancing back towards the globe, he recollects a recent lesson when Miss Miller told a story all about some giant bones being discovered by a girl not much older than himself. She'd been walking on some cliffs in quite another part of England. The place, it had a funny name, something like Limes. Or was it Lemons?
Dinosaurs, Grandfather said. There are displays in London, the British Museum. Perhaps one day you'll get to see them. But for now, I'd say it's time for you to view my own collection.
Your collection? Dinosaurs. This is a thrill beyond all measure. How can it be? Where could they be? But then this house is very big. So many places you could hide things. In the cellars, or the stables, or the barns, or mausoleum underneath the private chapel.
No,
Grandfather snaps, before his lips curl in a smile, through which his yellowed teeth protrude.
But as it happens, I do have some unusual exhibits.
Another door is opened. A door you'd never guess was there, made to look like shelves of books. A fusty smell is seeping out, and something sharp and sour, too. Is it vinegar or bleach? The things cook uses when she's on a cleaning spree down in the kitchens. His grandfather is swallowed in a curdling of gloom, although his voice remains quite clear.
I light the gas. There are no windows. The darkness helps to stabilize the preservation fluids, whereas the objects that are stuffed...
There is a grunt of disapproval.
Must get my butler to come in and lay more poison down. The wretched vermin in this house.
Grandfather's mutterings have stopped, and now the boy can hear the rasping of a lucifer on tinder. There is a swimming green and gold, and the hissing sound of gas as flames illuminate the darkness. It is the eeriest illusion, almost like being under water. Suddenly he cannot breathe, and even fears he might be drowning. Can he turn and run away, back through the hall and up the stairs? But the doorway to the hall is extremely lost from view when, for the second time that day, Grandfather reaches for his arm and almost lifts him off his feet.
For pity's sake, stop whimpering. There's nothing here to be afraid of. At least.
A phlegmy chuckle precedes the cryptic inference.
Not in their present forms.
Like Alice falling through the glass, the boy's whole world turns upside down. Now he is on the other side of what appears to be a cupboard, little bigger than the store in which cook keeps her jams and pickles.